It is day 2 of the mega G20 summit in New Delhi. Shortly, the leaders will gather at the Bharat Mandapam again for the final session of the summit. Post the roundtable talks, the G20 bloc will officially adopt the New Delhi resolution, which is being seen as a major diplomatic accomplishment for India. The resolution spoke against forced territorial acquisitions in a reference to the Ukraine war, but stopped short of laying blame on Russia. Now, later in the day today, several key bilaterals also lined up, including Prime Minister Narendra Modi's bilaterals with French President Emmanuel Macron and Brazilian President Lula da Silva. Meanwhile, ahead of the meetings, world leaders gathered at the Rajghat to pay respect to Mahatma Gandhi. Now let me go across to my colleague Tetri, who joins us live. Tetri, please give our viewers a detailed insight as to what all is expected to happen today, because as we're learning that shortly the leaders will gather at the Bharat Mandapam.
From now, we can say in 30 minutes from now, all the leaders, the head of the states, delegates, guests will be arriving at Bharat Mandapam. And today, what we are expecting is that after the formal adoption of G20 leaders declaration, now bilateral talks will be held with counterparts from France, Comoros, Turkey, UAE, South Korea, Brazil, and Nigeria. So these are the countries with which bilateral talks of Prime Minister Narendra Modi will be held today. In fact, the all eyes will be on the bilateral meeting with the France counterpart, Mr. Macron. And also, what we are learning is that PM Modi is also hosting a lunch for him. And in fact, yesterday we have seen that big bilateral talks took place between Prime Minister Narendra Modi and Joe Biden, and second was Rishi Sunak and Prime Minister Narendra Modi again. Now remember that these, apart from the bilateral talks, what major thing that happened yesterday was the reaching to consensus on the Delhi declaration. And remember that around 300 meetings took place. It took more than 200 hours to reach on this particular consensus for New Delhi declaration, because it was not very easy. The major point of discussion, or we can say the thoughts where the conflicts were raising, was just on the how the issue of Ukraine and Russia, the Russia-Ukraine war, would be mentioned, would be written, or would be there in that particular declaration. So in fact, here Prime Minister Narendra Modi, in fact, while mentioning or while declaring that we have reached to a consensus, and he congratulated the team members, the efforts made by the Sherpas of G20, Amitabh Kant, of course, and of course other members who are also involved in this particular documentation of 37-page document of this declaration. And now today all the eyes are on the second day. Remember at 2 p.m. today, S. Jaishankar, Union Minister for External Affairs, along with Amitabh Kant, the Sherpa for G20, will be holding a press conference, and that will be the end of the session for the day. But in fact, starting from today's day, that how it began today. So today's day began by, if we talk about Rishi Sunak, who is the Prime Minister, Rishi Sunak, Prime Minister of UK, in fact, visited Akshardham Temple today, and we are also getting in pictures of he and his wife visiting Akshardham Temple today. In the morning here in the New Delhi, security was certainly tightened up here. But after that, all these leaders went to Rajghat, paid floral tributes. We are also seeing pictures where Prime Minister Narendra Modi welcomed all head of the states, all the delegates, and in fact all the leaders. After that, they all paid floral tributes. And as you mentioned rightly, that in a short while from now, all these leaders will be heading towards Bharat Mandapam for the mega G20 event that India is hosting. And today is the day 2, where the theme for today's meeting is one future. Yesterday it was one earth, one family, and today it's one future.
All right, Tetri. Well, on that note, many thanks for joining us live.